everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. Here's a brief introduction about myself. I am a BTech graduate and these are the subjects that I teach. So if you would like to connect with me for a one-on-one or a group session, please check out the description below. So this particular video, I will be emphasizing on solving the last 10 years ICSE questions which have been asked over the topic IUPAC nomenclature. So moving on with the 2016 question paper. So in that they have asked us three questions relating to the IUPAC naming. So what we have to do in these type of questions, we need to first try to understand what the question is asking from us. In this particular question, as we all know regarding IUPAC naming, that firstly we need to calculate how many number of carbon atoms are present over here. If I go with that, I can say that this is one carbon, this is another carbon, and this is another carbon. Alright, so there are three carbons present in this particular one. Now, regarding the other thing, we have to give the priority to the double bond which is present over here. That means priority in the sense that this double bond should come in the lower number of carbon. So if I have numbered this as 1, 2 and 3, that means according to that at the first carbon this double bond lies. That means it is the lowest one. So for this, my answer will be for number A is, since there are three carbons, so for three carbon the word root is prop followed by 1, and since there is a double bond, we know that for double bond we use ene, which is ENE. So this will be my answer for this one. Moving on with the second one, if we go on to see, there are total 4 carbons. If I am giving the number like this 1, 2, 3 and 4. So according to this numbering, the least number carbon where the triple bond is coming is 2. What if I am giving the numbering from over here like 1, 2, 3 and 4? Then also it is coming in the same way. So I can write, since there are 4 carbons, so but followed by, where is the triple bond? At the second carbon, and the wording for that is yne, YNE. This will be answer for the second one. Moving on with the third one. So as we can see over here, this particular part resembles a functional group. Which functional group? This is CHO, known as aldehyde. So for that, my first preference will be counting the carbon which includes the functional group aldehyde. So this is first, this is second. So for this, what will be my answer? Since there are 2 carbons, ethane, followed by the wordings for this functional group, we use al for this. So my answer will be ethanal. Now moving on to the next question paper. As we can see, we are doing 2018 because in 2017 they had asked us structural formula question in which we have to draw the structure. So I will be putting up this video in any other part because in this video only I will be discussing the IUPAC nomenclature. Now regarding this one, as we can clearly see, again this thing over here, this is again aldehyde. Alright, but there is no other carbon except this thing. So we know that the root word for that is meth. So I can write it will be methane, and since aldehyde, so this will be methanol. After that, this question also combines a functional group which is OH over here. So for OH, What does this mean? It is alcohol. And for alcohol, the word used we usually use is ol, O-L. So, how to give the numbering? The same way, we have to keep this functional group in the lowest numbering order. So, for that, I will be doing this 1, this 2, and this 3. So, this will be, since it contains 3 carbon atoms, so I can say propan. Where is my alcoholic group? It is at first carbon and ol. What about the later one? So, for that, I can see there is a double bond present, and this is a symmetrical one. So whatever numbering I give, the second bond will be coming at the lowest carbon. So I can see, according to that, I can write it will be butan 2 in. Now moving on to the 2019 question. In this particular question, I can see that there is a triple bond. So in that case, we need to keep that triple bond at the lowest number. What if I am giving the numbering from here? 1, 2, and 3. Now let us number them in the reverse order. 1, 2, and 3. So this one is having the lowest priority thing. So for that, now I can write, since there are 3 carbons, prop, where is my triple bond? At the first carbon. And for triple bond, we use ine. You can also write it as propine also, or propine. There is no issue with that. Now the next, over here again, this part is my aldehyde. So 1 and 2. So my answer will be ethanol. So as we can see that most of the time they are asking us regarding the questions having functional group or having double or triple bond. Now moving on to the next year's question paper, which is 2020, and in this question there is a bit of difference over here. There is no such diagram or structure given to us. In this particular question, they are asking in a theoretical manner only. So for that, I can write, usually regarding to acetaldehyde, this is a common name. Okay, so this is a common name for which compound? So it is an compound having 2 carbon along with aldehyde. So the IUPAC name for that is ethanol. On the other hand, again, acetylene, it is also a common name. It is a common name for that compound which contains 2 carbon. Along with that, it has a triple bond present in them. So I can write ethyne. For that, the structure will be in this manner. For ethanol, it is CH3CHO, which we can write in this manner. C and C, double bond O along with H, this is aldehyde, and the remaining 3 hands will have hydrogen along with it. Regarding ethyne, it is HC triple bond CH. Now moving on to 2022 question paper, and this was the semester 2 question paper. In this particular question, they are asking us like what is the IUPAC name of formic acid. So for this, we need to know what is the structure of formic acid. So we can write formic acid as HC double bond OH, or in this manner also HC double bond O and OH. This whole thing, which is this one, is the carboxylic acid group. Carboxylic acid. So for that the numbering will be 1 only. What is the other word for 1? The key word or the root word for 1 is meth or methan. And for carboxylic acid, we use oic acid. So it will be methanoic acid. For this, my correct answer will be option number 2. Now, regarding the IUPAC for that same year, as we can see, this is a symmetrical question, so no issue with that. 1 and 2, so I can directly write for number A, it will be ethane. No need of writing 1. If you want, you can also write, no issue with that. So ethane, so I can change it in this manner also. This will be eth1 ene. Moving on to the, or we can also write ethene. Moving on to the second one, again functional group thing. This thing is aldehyde. So from previous year questions, we can say there is a much more weightage of aldehyde functional group coming into your question paper than any other functional group. So this will be 1, this will be 2, this will be 3. So what does 3 stands for? The root word is prop. So propan, and for aldehyde it is al. So it is propanal. Then for the next one, now over here there is another thing. Firstly, we need to check which carbons we need to add. Like I am thinking 1, 2, 3, 4. If I am adding in this way, there are 4 carbons coming. If I am adding in this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is my maximum carbon chain. So this will be my main chain. Right? This is my main chain. So what is this thing? So this thing, we consider it as the substituent, and we know that substituent should come at the minimum number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can write it as 3. What is the substituent? Like how many carbon atom does it contains? 1 carbon atom. So instead of methane, we will be writing as methyl. So 3 methyl. And does the main chain contain any double or triple bond? No, it contain only single bond, so we can directly write pentane. Now moving on to 2023 question paper. So in this thing now, this thing might confuse you. But if we can clearly see, it is nothing but OH. So that means this whole thing is nothing but carboxylic acid. Okay. Now 1, 2. So the naming for this one will be, for number 1, it will be ethanoic acid. Now for the second one, I can see there is a functional group present over here, which is this one. It is nothing but alcohol. So it must come at the lowest number. If I'm giving the numbering like this, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Let's reverse it. 1, 2, 3 and 4. This one is correct, this one is not correct. So according to that, at the second carbon, the alcoholic group is coming. So I can write, since there are 4 carbons present, butan 2 and ol. This will be my answer for this one. Moving on to 2024 specimen paper questions. So same type of questions come over here. Alcoholic group. If I'm giving number from here, so it is at minimum. So I can directly write it as, for number 1, it will be propanol, or you can also write it as propan 1 ol. Then what about the second one? In the second one, there is double bond present. So of course we need to maintain it at a lower carbon number. So I will start my numbering from here. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this will be simply pentane. sorry, pent 1-ene, or you can also write it as pentene. Now let us move on to 2024 question paper. Now there is another thing present over here, which is chlorine and another chlorine. Again, for the foremost thing, both the chlorines must come at the lowest number of carbon. Like if I'm giving numbering over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So according to this numbering, at 3 and 4, chlorine is coming. What about in reverse manner? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So from that, chlorine is coming at 2 and 3. So this is much more better than this one. So I will go with the first option, like over here, 2 comma 3. Now how to name this compound? For first of all, I will be writing the number over here, that is 2 comma 3. How many chlorine are present? 2 chlorines. Whenever 2, 3 or something substituents are there in the particular compound, we use di word for 2, tri word for 3 and tetra word for 4. So 2 comma 3 di. What about chlorine? I will be writing as chloro. If it would have been bromide, I would have written it as bromo, iodo, fluoro and so on. So 2 comma 3 dichloro. How many carbons are there? 5. Are there any double or triple bond? No, all of them are single. So I can directly write it as pentane. 2 comma 3 dichloropentane. Now moving on to the second one. Regarding the second one, this whole thing is nothing but carboxylic acid. We have already seen it so many times. So this is carboxylic acid. This is first, this is second, this is third. So according to that, the naming will be, for 3, it will be propanoic acid. I'm writing the answer in this manner only, like I'm thinking that you all students are already accustomed with the basic knowledge of organic chemistry. Now let us move on to our last slide, and this is the question which is given in ICSE 2025 specimen paper. So there might be a chance of similar type of questions coming in your examination for this year. So over here it is alcohol. So alcohol must come at the lower number. So 1, 2, 3. So I can simply write it as, how many carbon are there? 3. So this will be propanol or propan 1-ol. This will be my answer for this one. Moving on to the second one, double bond concept. So for double bond, nearest carbon, like the lowest one. So numbering in this way, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this will be pentene or pent 1. So these were the questions regarding the IUPAC nomenclature or naming of compound. In another video, I will be coming up with the structural formula questions regarding the previous year questions which have come in ICSE. I hope you did like this video. So please do like this video, comment, share with your friends and families and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.